so close to being there. My hopes are looking up, but can't see that far when I sleep without your touch. I know it's not right, but the night is calling, the night's calling me. I don't wanna fight, and the city's drifting away. I know it's not right, but the night is calling, the night's calling me. I don't wanna fight, and the city's drifting away. Take me home with you. I'm in between. I can't decide what you would do to me. My heart is lost without you next to me. We have to start, but the night is calling, the night's calling me. I don't wanna fight, and the city's drifting away. It's not right, but the night is calling, the night's calling me. I don't wanna fight, and the city's drifting away.
Yo, 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 what's going on, everybody? StanTheMan here with Virtual Farmer. Welcome to Across the Border with me, StanTheMan, and my main guest today, Virtual Farmer. Hey, Virtual Farmer, how are you today?
Hey, all right, thank you very much. Yeah, doing well, thank you.
Awesome, awesome. If you don't know who Virtual Farmer is, I'm not sure why you guys here, but let me give you a quick brief about Virtual Farmer. He is first, very cool guy. He deserves a lot of subs, a lot of likes, of course, not more than I have. I mean, come on. But he is one of the bigger and, let's say, very fast growing audience wise, videos, etc., community wise of Farming Sim 17 and, of course, Farming Sim 19. Thank you very much for joining me for today's week for Across the Border. First, let's say hi to chat. We have Lauren, we have Grigor, we have Larout, Alexander, Jacob, who else? Jens. Hello to everybody, guys. How are you today? I hope you're having a wonderful stay here. Alright, Virtual Farmer. Today's main topic is Farming Sim 19 and a little bit of Farming Sim 17. So I have one question.
Germans that think when they're
which is
speaking
a very
English they have
important
more
question.
rage. Mookie,
I have my
Germans
script over here,
coming
so I'm
in
just
a
gonna go
stream where
script-wise.
English is
Alright,
being spoken,
so-
speaking German in chat being a dick.
What
Yeah, Mr.
should we
Mookie, thanks
expect
for proving
from
once
Farming
again how
Sim
dumb you
19?
can
What
be
is
in the
your
internet.
opinion?
Well done. Bitte nach
Um,
draußen gehen,
my opinion
aber auf dem
of
Rausweg
Farm
bitte
Sim
einmal die
19
Subscription drücken.
is
Und dann nie
at the
wieder
moment
kaufen.
it just looks
Thank
amazing.
you.
The biggest thing that and they've been talking about this for a while. The biggest thing is the change to the graphics engine.
Yes.
And
Haters, don't
the
forget on
images
your way
and
out
everything
to
we've
press
seen
the
from that
subscription button.
at the moment
Thank
just looks stunning. And it's one of the things that I'm looking forward to the most at the moment is seeing the first gameplay from it, because I think it's just going to blow
Auf dem
people
Rausweg, I
away.
love that one. Lancer
Um,
Gratis.
You
Sometimes
see
just
lots
make
of
smart English words, smart German
of
words too.
bits with
I mean, does it
people
not
using
work? It
different
does work.
sort of
That's the beauty
render
German.
setups at the moment.
How do you like the officer skin?
and
you
I-
have?
and I
This
think
is
it's
so
just-
far my
it's gonna be
favorite skin.
that
I'm missing
sort
the
of
officer pants
look,
and the jacket,
but
and I'm just gonna
more
be
than
policeman
that
Hoff
because
all day
it's
long.
more than the engine can do at the moment.
You know what
And
the
it's
funny part is
I
about German
just
hating
think
on me
that's
speaking
going to
English
be
for
the
more
biggest
to
thing.
reach?
It's going
I
to
would
look
have way more
stunning
reach in German
more than anything.
because I could way more work together with German
First off.
YouTubers that have like million subscribers and stuff
After
like
that,
and
I
actually
think
like,
that
grow my
the
audience even way further
attention
than
to
that.
detail that they
And I
seem
only
to be
had to
putting
compete
into it.
against other Germans.
So, for
you know?
example,
No
you've got
competition.
wildlife that
So,
follows
yeah,
the plow
funny story.
and the
I think
cedar
as
and
only
things
German
like that,
streaming,
which
I
is
would
just
have way more reach.
it
in the
adds.
internet.
There's
Crazy.
no actual gameplay reason for that other than to increase the immersion into the game, and that to me that is a wonderful thing to be seeing. Is these touches that are being
I wanna
added
land
to
here in
it
the
to
middle of
make
nowhere
it
and play Call
more
Royale.
realistic and more engrossing. So there seems to be all of that kind of thing to it, and it's just absolutely amazing
Wish I knew German. Oh, don't
what
you?
they're going to.
Alright.
Oh, Mookie,
first
you're
of all, my
beautiful. Now you're
viewers are
trying to
saying
make
that
a
they're
victim of
getting an
yourself.
audio
Ay,
feed
ay, 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 ay.
from my video. You can carry on. I'm gonna try to fix it.
Just thinking the other things that we've got an FS19. There's the elephant in the room, of course. There's the addition of John Deere to the game. To me, I'm not a huge John Deere fan. I know that's fairly sacrilegious in a lot of places, but the thing about having John Deere to the game is you can't get past the fact that they are the biggest agricultural machinery company in the world, and to have them on board, that is got to be good for the game. That is, that is going to draw people in. That right there, that one thing that they've managed to get there, that has not just ensured that FS19 is going to be big, but I maintain that is going to make FS21 big and FS23 big. Should those get announced, which I think they will at this point. That has ensured the future of the game for a long time to come.
Why you gotta be so much pain in the
By
ass?
the way, do you wanna move to
You're here every single day,
talking on
you know our
Discord,
stream.
because your mic on Skype is very, very awful, man. Sorry to say it, but it's ugly.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, can do.
yeah. Let's quickly switch on Skype.
How is that?
That's like
He has
a
no weapons, he
million
has no equipment, he's
years
a
away
naked person
from
in the middle
what
of nowhere.
Skype managed to bring.
I will hunt him down.
All right, so that's better.
What keyboard are you using? It looks like it has
It's
a
very,
notebook
very
keys.
echoey on my
It
side.
is-
I'm
it
guessing
is
that's
a
because I've still got the
membrane
volume on
keyboard.
the...
Like,
It's alright.
note,
So,
like notebooks
yeah,
have.
John Deere.
So,
Actually,
it's the Razer
found
Death
an
Stalker.
article.
The Razer Death Stalker is a membrane keyboard, and it has non-silent normal
big,
membrane keys. You seem to
let's
land here exclusively. I don't land here
say,
exclusively.
levels
But I land here a lot in
of
solos
the
simply because I
FS
can
brand,
get
how
basic
it
equipment
managed
here.
to build
I can
up
get a car,
with all
and
the
then I can play
licenses, all
PUBG Call
the,
Royale, which means I drive around until I find people and shoot them.
all the brands they
Mr.
had to
Backup,
implement
thank you
it
for your
as
second
well
month off
as
support. Howdy, partner. Thank you, sir.
for example,
2
in
months,
the
don't forget
article,
the third
I
one.
just lost the link, otherwise I was going to send it to you. In the article they said it's
Umbrella
not just
Palace,
all the
that's what we
brands
used
we
to
had.
do.
We also
we
had to
went there, you know?
implement those brands in the game in a way that
somehow
brand
he's super
A
positive even when he's
doesn't
dealing
kill
with
off
trolls.
brand
This
B.
is wild.
And the other example was people using
Thank you.
more brand A.
Also, for the people that
which
really
means
don't
that
understand
in
it,
some
why are we
way
talking with
brand
trolls
B
every now and
was,
then?
like,
Because we still believe
you're
in
not
humanity
good.
every now and then. So
And we
some
already
people
can see
are
this
trolls, yes,
happening a little
but
bit in
you can
FS17
actually
because me
turn them
personally,
into reasonable people.
the smaller harvesters, I haven't
I
used
don't know
them
which
at all.
two boosters I missed, but
Only
I
the
have
big
two
ones.
boosters here,
Yoo-hoo,
so
for
I
the
guess I don't
win.
really care right now.
But yeah,
You see, I'm at the moment. I'm going the other way. So apart from Lono,
On the roof,
everything else I'm
probably gonna
doing,
die if I
I'm
don't
starting. I'm starting games at the moment with nothing. So I'm using a lot of the smaller equipment and a lot of the smaller harvesters. And things. But even there, I'm not necessarily going for the in-game ones because the downside to the in-game stuff is there's very little of it. So you tend to go for the mods in that setup, instead. And in fact, the best thing that's come out for Farm Sim 17, I think in the entire life of the game, has been Matt XJS's modern classics
someone
DLC.
is willing to stay 30 minutes
But you're going
then
too far.
excuse
We're gonna
himself,
talk
that's
about
good.
farming sims.
But if you just wanna
Yeah.
stay
You're
Yeah,
going.
but you know what I mean? There's one thing that Farm Sim lacks, and that I hope to see in FS19
so yeah,
is
that's kind of like why it's a 30-minute
some more
timeout for
classic
people.
machinery.
Mm-hmm.
Some
Either for ultimate
older,
sadness and
smaller
humanity,
stuff that encourages you to play
for
that part of the
thanks
game.
for being,
Mhm.
you know, for the tenacity.
Right.
Um,
So, I think we can
Imagine someone staying
proceed
30
to the
minutes
next part
watching
of
a
this
stream
podcast
only to
is
say the same
we're gonna
hateful
watch
thing again.
the CGI
Isn't that
trailer
funny in
of
itself?
Farming Sim 19. Then we're gonna give
That's like the
quick
person
thoughts
just shows
on it,
what kind
and then
of
we
person
can
he is
have
then.
Q&A. Cool with that?
And I
Yeah,
find that
cool with that.
amusing, you know?
Good. Okay, let's
called-
switch the scene and then let's see. Alright. I don't see my. Oh, of course, because I'm so picky. Okay. Where is it? There we go. It's on now. Like they said it, farming like never before.
Oh yeah.
Oh man. This is definitely something else.
26
Like
helmet
I
is worse than an 80 helmet.
love to say it in my videos, especially the playthroughs.
Not
This is
completely true,
definitely
but
something else.
it's okay. Never seen this
But
stream
John
before,
Deere,
but
man,
I'm not
come
gonna
on,
say
did you
that you
saw
then
the
missed
trailer,
out
all
on the
the
best
horses,
entertainment
the
stream on
dog,
Twitch, on
all the
PUBG,
different
so
buildings.
far for a couple of months.
And
But I'm gonna say
it
it,
comes
so,
back
yeah.
to that whole attention to detail thing.
Yes.
It is,
Is a level 3 damage vest
you know,
better than a full
the
level 2 vest?
horses
level 3
are,
vest
as far
comes
as I
at
can tell from
64
everything I've seen,
durability
are a mode of
on a
transport.
55%
They
damage
will
reduction.
be, and we will
Okay.
actually have the chance to breed them.
On a 55%
So yeah,
damage reduction.
it's breeding
Whereas
horses
the
and
200
riding horses.
durability
But
level
what I
2 vest
love
only has 45% damage
is
reduction.
to see is to see what modders are going to do with horses.
Huge difference,
Because
right?
the only thing I can think is that then
Also, Mr. Hull G
modders
Crew,
will
thank you for
create
the
stuff
100
that
bits
allows
for
you
the
to
win.
use horses
Yeah, let's see if we
that
can
pulls
get the win.
plow and plows and equipment and do really old farming stuff with them in.
Also, because I joined the farming sim Discord and I was able to read a bunch of stuff.
I don't know what your plan
Except
was,
from
bro,
the horses
but really,
and Jacob
I mean,
here,
really, you just
he
really
actually
he just
said that they're gonna
like
be
okay, so
birds
on
behind
a
the
buggy,
tractors when
you
you're
can only get out on the
when
one
you're
side.
plowing.
Okay, you
So,
can only
think
leave
that's
the
gonna
buggy
be
on that
amazing.
side.
Like in real
Apart
life,
from
when
if
you're
he actually
plowing,
was
bringing
so
the
close
seeds
to
up, the
this,
birds
you know, if he
are,
was like this,
just following the tractor behind.
if he was like
eating
this,
the seeds, and we will
then he would
have
go out on the
the
back.
same thing.
So
in,
yeah,
Farming Sim 19. It's confirmed.
that's like
Which is,
where he mistakes.
Once again, detail.
Yeah, it is those little details. I think you've got an audio issue.
Yes, I don't.
So that's
think
kind of
I have
like
an
yeah,
audio
and obviously if he does this here,
because OBS doesn't.
if he does
say
this
anything
too,
about the audio, only when you start. So I'm not sure
see,
what
So,
the
bum.
audience is saying.
boom. So it's like, but
Stop the stream in the background.
I'm explaining my community something.
Oh, there's a voiceover on the video
Mr. Dickface Mac
that you're playing.
Dickface.
That's what it is.
But it doesn't show in OBS.
God.
It's strange.
That's weird. But yeah, I've just listened to the stream a little bit, and it's definitely showing in the stream. That's interesting.
Really? Is it
Yeah.
now? Oh wow. Okay. Is it? Let me switch it real quickly. Wow. Sorry guys, because it doesn't show in OBS. Okay. Continue on when I'm fixing stuff. Sorry guys, it's been 4 or 5 months since the last podcast, so I'm a little bit rusty. Okay. So yeah, me,
No.
John Deere and everything. Whew. That's definitely something.
That is big, and I'm so excited to find out what else they've got. I mean, all the stuff that they've announced so far is enough to make me go, I want to play this game. I mean, I'm a Farm Sim fan anyway, so you know I was always going to play FS19. But you know, I have got really excited for Farming Simulator 19, and I haven't seen any gameplay yet, which is just insane. I always said I'm not going to get excited ahead of this without seeing any gameplay, and then I am. I'm right in the middle of the hype. So yeah, I'm really intrigued to see what else they announce next week, because it's.
I was able to find a little bit more information. I hope the sound stopped, guys. Let me know if the sound stopped. I managed to get a little bit more information, and that information was that except from the at least one John Deere tractor in the Agar wagon, the horses, we will maybe have the ability to buy buildings a little bit like Farmers Dynasty, something like that, but just a little bit, not that much. But nevertheless, that's something amazing. That's definitely something amazing.
Buying farms, because you have on a map, you have 4 or 5 farms most of the time. To be able to go and buy a farm would be brilliant.
That's definitely gonna be something else. Ah, boy, oh boy. All right, so I'm just gonna get rid of the gameplay video. Sorry guys about the audio issue. I think we're ready to switch on the next part of the podcast, shall we? And the next part is watching another video, and yours truly, Virtual Farmer, is gonna be in that video, guys. Wanna watch it? Let's do it. Let me quickly switch on. Beautiful.
Man, we are 20 seconds away. This is like dropping to the new year. I am so hyped for this.
Oh dear. Yeah. I was so pleased that they used a little bit of my stuff.
Of course you are.
I gotta say, I like what I see. I was very, very surprised to see this.
Or it could have been
Big
worse.
reveal.
And it's a John Deere. No.
Was kommt da jetzt? Oh, Leute.
Got yellow rims.
my
It's
God.
green. Oh my god. John Deere.
Oh mein Gott. Oh mein Gott. Nein. Das ist nicht denn ihr Ernst.
Ty kravo, ne, ty vole, ne.
Ja, ja moin. John Deere, meine Damen und Herren.
John Deere?
Oh my gosh, John Deere.
See, I told you.
Okay, stop, Spencer.
John Deere? John Deere 8400R John Deere, ребята. John Deere, les gars, c'est bien John Deere. Voilà. Du coup, franchement, les gars, il me tarde vraiment de tester ce tracteur-là.
Ist das nicht eine Sensation? Das ist der absolute Knaller.
So that's it. John Deere is in Farming Simulator 19.
Oh mein Gott. Leute, es ist John Deere Power.
I am literally crapping my pants right now. Oh my god. I've been saying this was never gonna happen.
John Deere zit in FS19, jongens.
Oh, baby. Oh, baby.
John Deere is indeed in Farming Simulator 19.
Das geht noch weiter.
Oh, cotton! We're getting cotton!
Das ist Baumwolle. Ja moin.
Cotton. Nice.
Das ist Baumwolle. Nee. Leute, das ist Baumwolle mit einem fetten Case.
That's awesome.
I cannot believe we're finally getting John Deere, you guys.
Ja, meine Damen und Herren. Farm like never before. Farming Simulator.
I'm
Awesome,
completely
and
shocked.
that's a John
They
Deere.
have
I'll be
done an
happy.
excellent job.
Ich bin gerade eben aus dem Bett gefallen, wo ich das gesehen habe.
Nein. Das ist nicht denn ihr Ernst.
Doch, ein bisschen geil. Extrem geil, muss ich ehrlich sagen.
Boys, we just saw a deer in the game. Holy crap.
Nein, JD wird es nicht in LS geben. Die haben ihr eigenes Spiel. Nix da. Giants ballert nen JD in ihren Trailer.
John Deere tractors, John Deere equipment is now in Farming Simulator 19. It has been verified. Let's look.
John Deere comments.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, so how is the feeling to be part in a very, very big community? What is happening right now? Please stop. Yes, sorry.
I love the farm sim community. I think the vast majority of it is just a whole bunch of really lovely, really wonderful people who just want to enjoy a game that they love. And it's one of those things that I find it on Facebook. I find it in the comments on my channel. I find it on my Discord. Everywhere I look, everybody's just so nice, and it's such a nice community to be part of, and it is so excited for what's happening at the moment. And kudos to Giants. Giants are putting themselves at the center of that community as well. You know, they are the amount of communication they have with the community for the game now, compared to where it was 4 years ago, is leaps and bounds ahead of where it was. I remember when 15 came out, and the amount of time it took for the modding information to come out, and the main complaint was that Giants just didn't talk to people. And now I see people from Giants talking to people every single day and listening to the community every single day, and that is just absolutely amazing. To go from that one extreme to the other, it's just brilliant, and I love it.
Definitely they're doing it. So I'm not sure if most of you guys know, but before I started doing YouTube, years before, mm, around 2010, around 2013, I was playing World of Tanks professionally. And this was my first community, to be in a professional community, to be able, for example, to see person A on YouTube and then be able to speak to him. But it's nothing as farming sims community. Definitely very open. Definitely most of the guys are just in general good people. They don't speak to like, yo, you're something less than me, I'm better than you, blah 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 blah. They're all like a small little family, which I think that.
And the small number of people who do come into the community and try and be like that find themselves put to the side of it and moved out of it actually fairly quickly. People don't tend to tolerate somebody who wants to be that for very long. Which is quite a nice thing to see. You know, it's pretty much a self-policing community, which is really nice.
I have one of my viewers say, "Stay away from the Facebook community."
You know what? The Facebook community. I heard that a lot over the past 2 years since the start of the channel. And as a result, it's only recently that I've started engaging with the Facebook community. And even there, I actually find, yes, you get some people who are taking the mickey quite a bit, but it's still, there's still a joviality to it. Still just people who are looking to enjoy themselves in regards to the game. So it's not, that there's nothing nasty about it at all. It is just a different aspect of the community as far as I can see. And if you engage on that level with that part of the community, you are rewarded with a friendly community. So it's I'm there's no real aspect of the community that I feel isn't a friendly area.
To be fair, I'm a bit scared of the Facebook community. That's why I don't have a YouTube/Facebook page. I don't know why. I'm just scared that it's the internet. You never know. Somebody may find where I live and call the SWAT team. I watched a bunch of videos how this happened. I don't want to be that person.
The two bits of the community these days, the two bits of the community that I engage with the most are actually Discord and Facebook.
Really?
And I talk. I mean, people come and they message me on my Facebook page all the time.
That's awesome.
And the growth I've seen on that since the beginning of the year has been huge.
So you hear first, guys. Virtual Farmer, don't forget, check out his Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Patreon, Streamlabs, PayPal, address, social security number. Smash that button, guys. You know what to do. And of course, you hear first here, StanTheMan is gonna create Facebook page. It's a promise.
Yeah, you know you want to.
Yes. Yes. I already have one, but it's something else. Doesn't matter. Okay. Next thing. I've researched very recently. To be fair, for the past month, this was a very. You know what? Do you want to do the Q&A right now because I'm getting a lot of chat messages? Okay. So first things first, yo guys, if you wanna ask questions, I'm gonna give you 2-3 minutes to write them down to me and Virtual Farmer. Everything farming sim related, everything Virtual Farmer related, anything StanTheMan related, you can ask right now. I'm gonna give you 2-3 minutes to ask the question. We can move on to the next chapter. All right. So what I was about to say, so the people can write the questions. Very recently, I started to experience what really building a community is because I'm not sure if you know, but maybe um, let's say 4 5 months before, my community was from you and from Gamer Dragon. If you don't know who Gamer Dragon is, guys, he's one of my best YouTube friends. He also does farming sim. Go and check him out as well. But the people were from your YouTube channel slash your community and Gamer Dragon. I didn't have my own, but now that time has passed and the subscribers have built up and all the comments I'm getting, they're very different and all the people are different. So I'm really starting to see what building your own community is, because you already started doing YouTube for 2 years, even more, right? And I'm doing
Yeah.
YouTube for maybe a year, like really doing YouTube for a year. And I have my own community for like what, a month. I'm not kidding. I managed to build to start building my community for the past month. I have 30 40 new people on Discord and all that. You see the Discord is moving. So I'm very new to this, and I still have lots and lots to learn. That's why I understand why giants come to you and say, yo, we are doing this and this, you're gonna be the backup. You cool? You're cool. Then the backup, it's you. You go. I don't go.
Yeah.
Why I don't go? Doesn't matter that I have twice the subscribers. No. I'm not saying it's bad. The thing is, you have your community. You already have established yourself as a farming sim figure. And I just started doing it. I'm just starting doing it. And also I'm thinking about doing a realism challenge as well. But with my own rules, of course.
Yeah, which is fair enough. You know, that's.
I don't want if they go very well. I don't want you to go and say you stole my idea. I mean, come on.
Every to be perfectly honest, everybody's free to use it. It's one of those things where when I came up with it, it was absolutely. I want to play the game more realistically. How can I make myself play the game more realistically?
Alright, so we have a few questions. Let's see. So first, StanTheMan, are you excited for FS17 when will it come out? Of course. I mean, it's the next chapter of the game. I'm not sure, guys, if you know, but Giant Software, the company that creates farming sim, there are two main guys. That's how the farming sim franchise started, with two people, only with two guys. And every year they are upgrading something bit by bit, not everything, because if they upgrade everything on the next installment, what's gonna be on the third one? So this year's main focus was the graphics, the details, the polygons, maybe little bit ins and outs of the game, but generally the graphics. For Farming Sim 17, as I heard, the main point of the new game was to upgrade the engine, not just the graphics, the engine itself, to have more better physics, better responsiveness of the tractors, the combines, the crops, in general, how the game feels. And I can definitely say they did a very good job, because I'm not sure if you played those games, but sometimes the way the game was created, it's very punishing for you when you make mistakes. In Farming Sim, except if you're playing with season mod, it's not that punishing. So I think that's very good. Okay, next question. Let's see. Yes, I think this question is for you. What do you think will be announced at FarmCon?
Ooh. I don't. Do you know what? The one thing I thought was going to be announced at FarmCon isn't. Well, unless an absolute rabbit is pulled out of the bag, is not going to be announced at FarmCon. I after seeing John Deere in the trailer, like everybody else, I went, right, FarmCon, they're going to show class.
Mm-hmm.
Class is going to be a brand in the game. We know it's going to be a brand in the game. FarmCon is going to be class. And everybody thought that for about a week until on the Giants Discord, they said, we don't have the class license at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And while that doesn't completely rule out them currently negotiating the class license, there's no way between now or when that was posted and FS19's release that they can possibly model all of the class equipment and everything to get it in the game at launch.
Mm-hmm.
So while it might come out as while they might get it and it come out as a DLC or something like that, as far as we can tell, class is not going to be in the basic version of FS19. So that then makes me go, well, what is this big thing? What is their big announcement at FarmCon going to be? And I am absolutely intrigued to find out.
But
Because
go on.
because if it's not that, is it another brand? Is it some amazing feature? I mean, again,
both of them, didn't you? Weren't you in Discord when there were a bunch of questions and the guys from the Discord just said we're gonna have a brand new feature, we're gonna have a brand new brand. That's all I can say.
But the thing is, there aren't many brands. You take out you take out all the brands that are already in FarmSim,
Mm-hmm.
and you take out John Deere and Class, which are the other two big brands. There, other than someone like Kubota or someone like that, a smaller tractor brand.
Yeah, maybe Landini.
Possibly, but I mean, those aren't as nice as it would be to have those brands in there. They're not big impact brands.
Mm-hmm. But we're speaking only about tractors, right? Not combined.
We are, well, that's the thing. Are we talking possibility of having a big tool brand, a big equipment brand?
Mm-hmm.
But again, what equipment brand is bigger than John Deere? You announce John Deere, you're looking at, you need somebody who is a big brand to have an equivalent kind of level of thing, and that kind of means tractors.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going into FarmCon with no idea at all what they're going to announce, and not even any kind of clue as to what they're going to announce. Because the other thing that it isn't is it isn't going to be seasons, as far as we can tell.
Yep.
Because
not gonna be.
Seasons is again is one of those things that has been confirmed as not something in the base game at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, and again, that's something that could change. But as it stands at the moment, as far as we can tell, it's not in there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I am intrigued.
Oh, okay. Next question. What do we think about the multiplayer at the current state of the game? Do you have any information if we will have multiplayer in from the start?
Yes, multiplayer is in FS19 from the start, as far as I know.
Is it gonna be like the same as Farming 17 without dedicated servers?
Basically, as far as I can tell, it's the same as FS17. They have said the syncing stream that has not disappeared. So you're still when somebody joins a server, you're still going to get that freeze and syncing with players thing, which I know a lot of people wanted removed.
That's why I don't play. You know how many people ask me I want to play with you when you create time lapses, and I want to play, but I already did 2 episodes, and it looks bad. It looks very bad. So.
Or you have to do a lot of editing.
Oh, don't remember.
The thing is, at the end of the day, editing is the bane of any YouTuber's life as far as getting stuff out.
So for the people who don't know, one time time-lapse video of mine with the recording, with the editing, with waiting for the program to process the video. 4 hours, at least 4 hours, at least 4 hours.
See, this is why I tried doing time lapses, and when it was taking me nearly 3 hours to record the footage, followed by about an hour to 2 hours to edit it, and then having to render and upload on top. It was just it just wasn't something
That's
was
the thing.
sustainable to me.
That's the thing about farming sim, because I was thinking like a week ago, I was playing the game and I was thinking, all right, so Virtual Farmer has one type of community, and Gamer Dragon as well. I have started to build a totally different community. The game is the same, everything is the same, but you know what's different? The type of the video. It's completely different of the way of you recording it, the way you edit it. It's completely different. You can have two separate channels, one doing playthrough slash commentary videos, the other doing time lapses. You're gonna have totally complete different community, which is crazy.
Absolutely. And even in the case of Gamer Dragon and I, where my play is actually now heading towards the more realistic side,
Yours.
and his mine, and his is heading towards very much the fun side. Not to say that what I do isn't fun, but it's very much not worrying so much about.
Yeah, you're gonna delete your YouTube channel. I know. You heard it first here, guys, across the border. You heard it. BF. It's done.
But it's a very different kind of things we're trying to do.
Yes.
I'm
trying to steal from you. Don't worry. No, to be
but
fair,
hell, even with my own channel at the moment, I'm experimenting. I'm doing different things. The 3 series I'm running at the moment, none of them are the same thing.
Yeah, I did the same. I switched like 6-7 maps before settling down at Lone Oak Farm. Boy, oh boy.
I think everybody's settling down at Lone Oak Farm at the moment.
I mean, it's easy for me. For the views, for example, it's easy for me. I can do Gokres Valley, for example, every day, and I can do Estancia Lapacho or Hagenstedt or Gokres Valley and just switch them. One day Gokres, other day, for example, Rattlesnake Valley. And I will have a bunch of views because these maps already proved themselves for a very time-lapse friendly and interesting for the viewers. But I am not doing it for the views themselves. I'm not doing it for the money. I'm doing it to have fun and people to have fun with me.
And that's the thing. At the end of the day, you're not enjoying what you're doing.
I already had that problem a few times with different games. For example, Oxygen not included. When I did the playthroughs, I was I'm not bad at the game. I was just having a bad luck. And I was like, nope, people want to see that, blah, blah, blah. And then I was like, nope, you know what? I'm not having fun. And you can tell by just hearing me in the video. I was like, oh, okay, oh.
I had exactly the same thing with Farm Sim. At the end of last year, I got burnt out, and you can tell in the stuff I was releasing at the time, you can tell that I was not at my best. And the views and the subscribers and everything about the channel at the time reflected that. Now that I'm having fun again, that's being reflected. So.
You just have to have fun, and when you have fun, you're fun for the others, and they're having fun. That's why you're building. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Probably is for the both of us. What first got you into farming sim, and when did we start doing videos on it? Let's be very quick with this because we can talk for hours.
Yeah, absolutely.
TF, please.
Right, so what first got me into farming sim? I first saw Farming Simulator 13, laughed at it, and went, "Why would anybody ever want to play that game?"
Farming Sim 13.
13, yes.
Okay.
A friend of mine had it on their Steam account. They brought it up at a LAN party, and I went, "Why would anyone want to play that?" And the reason I had that reaction is because the first farming simulation game I played was Sim Farm.
Mm-hmm.
And so I always approached it from the I want to manage the whole farm, not I want to drive the tractor kind of thing. And then FS15 came out, and it was available about a month after release on Amazon as one of the Black Friday deals.
Mm-hmm.
And I bought it. And yeah, while I was waiting for it to arrive, I started watching Landy Kid's channel on YouTube, and the first thing I had was, "Oh my god, I love this game," and that's before I even played it. You know, I got hooked on Farm Sim from that, and then watching videos on YouTube, I went, "I can do that," and in some instances, I went, "I can do that better."
Better, yeah. VF, microphone. Technical difficulties, guys. Technical difficulties. So, while VF is just sitting there being pretty and beautiful.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear
Yes,
you.
good.
But you have a very static noise, very bad.
Oh, really? What is causing that?
I don't know, probably a ground loop. Nah, doesn't matter. Okay.
Sorry.
It's okay. Right, for me, YouTube was always in my head, especially when I was playing World of Tanks professionally, and I was always looking into videos, even videos at Quickie Baby. Quickie Baby is the equivalent of Daggerwin for World of Tanks, and I was like, he's entertaining, he's a good player, but I can see myself in him, even creating at the time, 5 years ago, making even better videos, but I never got into it, like really into it. But with Farming Sim, I don't know, I just I was in a very bad money situation because it was winter 2 years ago, a year ago actually, and I was looking to have an income from home, from the computer, and YouTube came on again. I was like, why don't I start streaming, start doing some kind of videos? I didn't know about Farming Sim at that point. And one day I just found out Fridgar's channel when he exploded around October, maybe around November last year, when he exploded with his time lapses, and that was when Farming Sim 17 came out 2 years ago, year and a half, doesn't matter. And I was like, I can do the same, like you said, I can do the same thing. Let me try it, let me see, because I already have experience with video shooting, video editing. That's what I do outside of YouTube, so I can do that better. That's how I started. Okay, last question and we move on. What is the biggest gameplay feature missing from Farming Simulator? That's a good question, by the way. Ginger Boy. Linger Boy.
That is a really good question. What is the thing is, I'm very much for anything that adds realism at the moment. So things like IC control, which seems like a really small thing, but if you're just the whole idea of opening a door before you get out, it just adds a whole nother level to the realism aspect for me.
All the buttons, all the windows, everything operational, like almost in a Euro Truck.
Yeah, absolutely. The other thing I think is probably a decent AI helper.
Mm-hmm.
You know, courseplay has been a massive thing for Farm Sim for as long as I can remember, and yeah, there is no helper like that you can use on a console. I think holds it back a bit. Even something though like the AI helper extension that exists on PC, which just makes the AI helper have more options. Something like that even would make a big difference. So yeah, I think those are probably the two things that I think are missing most from Farm Sim.
Okay, for me, definitely the AI. I remember 1.3 update where the AI just left a little bit bits in pieces at the beginning of the field. It didn't went all the way. Also, it didn't do the turns very good. That's why I didn't use the crop destruction mode that often. But they actually managed to fix it a lot. They actually managed to fix it a lot. Right. The next feature, actually, I'm a bit into building, and I already built a few things in farming sim. Probably you saw some of them, and I'm having lots of fun doing so. Especially, of course, the mods are helping, but one thing I really would enjoy seeing, and I know that if they add this, I'm gonna be sad, is some kind of a destruction. For example, you're driving the tractor, boom, 150,000 euros in the garbage. Like the damage, some kind of a damage to the buildings. Of course, not killing the animals, because that's gonna be Peggy 64. But yeah, some kind of a destruction module for the tractors, for the buildings. I know that, for example, in Goku's Valley, you can go through the road signs and they can fly away, but that's not the same.
There is because there has been talk of a damage mod before, or a damage aspect, because there was a damage mod in FS15. But I think the reason why they were saying they haven't done it before, or they can't do it, is because the brands don't want their tractors and things to be seen as damaged or breaking down.
That's very good marketing.
Yes.
I was thinking about that, and that was one of my main things that I was like, nope, they're not gonna add that. Nobody wants to see their, for example, the small New Holland against the big case quad track going over it like a tank.
Oh yeah, and you absolutely know there are YouTube channels which will just smash tractors together if you can do damage.
Wreckfest is coming to the channel, by the way, guys, with tractors.
I need to check that out.
Yeah, by the way, the dev team from the Wreckfest contacted me and gave me a key yesterday.
Oh, awesome.
And I almost spent 60 euros on the game.
Oh.
But yeah, if we had Wreckfest with tractors, it's me.
There is, it did launch with combines.
Yes, and they have small mowers.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Well, I think we can move on. I know there are tons of questions, guys. We would love to answer them all, but let's move on. Okay. Right. So the next video I have prepared for you guys is actually 10 years of farming sim. It's a short video of the story how farming sim is farming sim today. I don't know how best to say it. So without further ado, let me quickly play the clip for you.
Stefan hat einen Jugendfreund gehabt, der Martin Bärwolf, und der hatte die Idee gehabt vom Farming Simulator.
Da ist er mit der Idee auf mich zugekommen, hat gesagt, ja, Landwirtschaft wäre doch eine schöne Geschichte.
Und er hat sich einfach dieses Spiel auch für sich gewünscht. Die Idee des Spiels ist einfach klasse. Stefan und ich haben programmiert, wir haben geskriptet, wir haben den Sound geschnitten und aufgenommen, wir haben die Modelle modelliert, wir haben die Karte aufgebaut, das Layout festgelegt.
All right, what do you think about that video?
That is just amazing. To think how far this game has come in the last 10 years is just incredible.
Isn't that crazy how two people can get together and just from the passion of, you know what, this is not existing, but I can create it. There we go, giant software, guys.
And to have that vision of what they wanted to do, and then to just and then to get it from there to here, you know, is incredible.
Definitely. Whew. When I watched a compilation of the different steps of the farming sim games, how they started growing, one thing I definitely saw which surprised me was from the first game, the next game was better, but not that much, because we already know about games which, when the first installment is good, they make the second installment greater, not better, greater. And they improve it so much that for the third installment there isn't that much to do to really feel like you have a second or third installment. For example, Borderlands, you know, the shooter Borderlands, right? With Borderlands 1 and 2 it was fine, but with the pre-sequel, the sequel, it was like more you have a DLC than a standalone game. That's because they made it very good. They fixed a lot of bugs and they just focused on the story. But it's more like DLC, but with farming sim, for example, I don't think it was a big problem for them to implement, for example, the birds behind the tractor for this installment of the game, Farming Sim 17. But they did a smart thing and they gave us a small sip of water, not the whole bottle. We'll be like, oh, Farming Sim. Oh, yeah.
But it's the nice thing about doing this every 2 years is they do get to make larger jumps. So you do get with your platinum editions and your gold editions and your titanium editions, you do get this extra this extra bump in that DLC. But then you get, and I realize this is slightly contradicting exactly what you just said, but I do feel that the difference between 15 and 17 was quite a jump, and I think that the difference between 17 and 19 is also going to be a similar jump. And yes, there are things that have been done in the game that could just mean the end. Well, okay, we'll produce a version of 17. We'll upgrade 17 and make it and add things in like the birds and things. But I don't think all the extra stuff that you've got in could be brought into the game without having this jump in version.
Oh, of course. I mean, totally different stuff.
Yeah.
You really. One thing I really love about Farming Sim is that you get the base game from start. You don't feel obligated. You don't feel the necessity of buying this DLC because this will not work. Like for example, games with a very good story, DLC for $20 to understand the ending. Like, come on, man, really? Or the loot boxes.
There are so many games these days that that either require loot boxes or without going off on a tangent here because I could rant about this for a while.
That's not
or take parts of the main game and lock them away in a DLC. A DLC should be something that adds on to the main part of the game and extends the life of the game. It shouldn't be something that you feel you need to have in order to have the full game. It should be an optional extra.
By the way, again, we're gonna have a short time for Q&A. I'm give you 5 minutes to write down your questions, and we're gonna come back to you in no time. And they have this 2 year of production rate of the games, and I'm actually feeling ready to jump on the next game. Especially, I'm very hoping that as a time-lapse producer / streamer, Lone Oak Farm will be as relevant as Gocrest Valley was and La Pacho was, and by that time I will get the feeling that alright, it's time to move on to a next map. The next installment of Farming Sim is gonna be out, so I think these 2 year of production rate they have is very good. For example, Assassin's Creed every year, Call of Duty from the past 5, 6, 7 years, every year again. But this game has a very big reproduction rate because even though it's the same tractors, combines, wheat, crops, pigs, cows, that's it. But especially with the mods, and this is what we're gonna talk about in the next few minutes, is the help with the mods and growing the game. But with all the mods, with all the help, this game is a lot bigger than you actually can think of. Definitely, Giants, if you ever watch one of my podcasts, big thumbs up for you. Right, let's see what questions do we have. What is your favorite map that you have played so far in FS17? Yeah.
Ooh.
Ooh. Social security number. PayPal. PayPal donation, guys.
My favorite map, because I keep coming back to it, and because it's a map I've played. It's actually a map I've played 4 times so far in different versions. Is Cobra Park Farm. When I first got 15, I played the standard version in 15. The first time I played it as a series, I played the Ultimate Edition in FS15, which, while the map is awesome, that was not a great version of it. And then I played the release version for FS17, and then I'm doing the live series, the Realism live series on it at the moment, which I'm playing the same map twice in FS17 on the channel. And it is just a map I keep going back to because it's just such a great map. Next to that, Lone Oak, again by Bullet Bill, is just amazing.
Yeah, he did a very good job.
Well, one of the things I love about it is the number of people I keep seeing trying to drive off the edge of the map, because there is no visible edge to the map, which to achieve that in Farm Sim is just absolutely incredible. And even I was doing it. When I did my first look, I tried to drive off the edge of the map.
And what happened?
So, well, I hit a brick wall essentially.
The game crashed. I
No,
actually didn't try to drive with anything because I'm using the creator tools, and when I first hopped into the map, I just spawned myself very high and just ran around very fast just to check out the surrounding. By the way, I contact English. Can we speak Bulgarian for once? I gave him a contact on Discord, and just said, thanks for the great map. I love it. I do time-lapse series. Here you go. Enjoy. That's it. And I also invited him on my podcast as a viewer. I'm thinking about inviting a few people from the modding community, by the way. Black Sheep, Bullet Bill, and all that.
Yes. Yeah.
I think that's gonna be amazing. I'm gonna need your help with that. Okay. Cool. Right, next question. Next question is from Benji, 2019. Oh, I forgot to say my favorite map. My favorite map, to be fair, is maybe Rattlesnake Valley. Because it was the first map I actually was feeling very comfortable with the map. I was live streaming non-stop, and I really felt like this map gives me a bunch of opportunities to do whatever I want with big open fields, because I hate fences. I hate fences. That's why I don't play on your UK style maps with those small.
At some point, I'll have to get you on Ballincraig. Yeah.
I will just say that I've never heard about the map. I'm just gonna say I've never heard about Ballincraig. Okay.
Oh yeah, I had to, because Ballincraig. Okay, I did not.
I haven't finished.
Sorry, I'll talk minutes.
Go on.
I was gonna say Ballincraig is not listed as my favorite map because the original map is not one of my favorites. But I now have a series on it that is which has over 60 episodes. Now, I've never done a Farm Sim series with that many episodes in it.
60 episodes, yeah, that's a lot.
And it's because it's a map that I've been able to mold and change and alter to suit me perfectly. And so as it stands there, yes, the released map is not one of my favorite maps, but actually the map that I've created from the released map is becoming one of my favorite.
Cool. Yeah, and about Rattlesnake, one more thing. It was the first map ever I did building a huge project. I actually never went and finished it. A big airport. I built I built the airport with all the fences. I downloaded a bunch of props. Made a small park in front of the airport. Had a few buildings, and I created it in a way like it's a service depot. And it was really like, whoa, this game, if you think outside of the box, you can really do something. And I'm more and more thinking about dedicating a series where I create different stuff. For example, how to create a servicing depot in Farming Sim 17. More and more I'm thinking about doing, because I've never seen anything on YouTube, by the way. Dedicated series on creating, just having fun and creating different stuff on YouTube.
But interestingly, those are the series that are beginning to take off. So part of the reason why Barton Craig has lasted 60 episodes is because I've been changing the map as I've been going along and adding features and things to it. And the same has been true of Simulation for the Nations series on Maple. No. Oh, I can't remember what the map name is now. But he's done a series where he's done things like converted an old barn into a house that his character's living in and things like that. And you go, that's really creative stuff. And people are responding to series like that. So it's that kind of series that people seem to be veering towards as well now, which is quite interesting. And it's not just the standard, go in and let's play, which there is still a market for, but not as much of there once was, I don't think.
Yeah, the only problem I have is the time lapses are taking too much of my time. And of course I have an outside two jobs, I have a family, I have a life, people. There was this guy, I want more videos, and I was like, dude, I'm doing time lapses every single day. How much do you want? I want 2 time lapses every day. I was like, if you give me at least $1,000 every month, I'll make 3 time lapses a day for you, not just one.
Flat Out Farming, thank you very much. Meadow Grove is the name of the map that he's been doing a series on.
Flat Out Farming, good boy. Okay. Let's see. I think there was one more question. We can move on. If we owned a farm, what tractors and machines would we have owned on that farm? Please answer the boy's question.
I think I would probably go New Holland.
Of course, New Holland for the win. That's my boy.
Yeah, New Holland most of the way. My brother would kill me saying that, but well, my brother works for a Fendt dealer, so I would be in a lot of trouble.
So farming is in your blood.
Oh yeah, I'm the son of a farmer, and
interesting. I didn't know that.
I grew up on a farm, and I have farmed. So
the very strange thing for me is most of you guys who actually have some kind of traffic on YouTube, building communities, building subscribers, you have something in common in real life with farming. Me, none. Playing professional basketball, playing professional World of Tanks, Farming Sim 17.
I don't think it's something that's necessary.
Oh no, of course.
But it kind of depends on how you're going to play the game, to be honest. Which actually is one of the massively great things about Farm Sim, is that you can play as realistically or not as you like.
Right. I think we can move on to the last chapter because we are getting a little bit short on time, and that is just a sec. Let me bring up really the question. From your perspective, what is the major leap that FS19 has to make so it can be relevant of the success of Farming Sim 17? This is my question. I just thought about it right now.
I think it's already made it.
The John Deere?
I think the John Deere, and I think the changes in the graphics setup. Those two things alone just make me get excited for Farm Sim 19. The attention to detail that is also coming that we know about. Again, that is just icing on the cake. That just makes me want it even more. It's if Farm Sim 19 was released now with what we'd heard, I would be happy. The fact that I know there's more to come,
but you want more.
Oh,
of course you want more.
Of course. But it's to know that there is more that's coming, and I haven't mentioned this yet. The collector's edition. That has to be the best collector's edition I've seen for Farm Sim.
Oh yeah, I saw it. Oh yeah, the small John Deere tractor.
The little John Deere tractor, which is, for those who don't know, I got the collector's edition for FS 17. That is the tractor that came with the collector's edition for FS 17. So it's basically the same thing, but it's a John Deere.
Let me see if I can find the screenshot.
But the ridiculous thing that has me most excited out of that collector's edition is the Commodore 64 version of Farm Sim.
Yes, that's definitely something else.
I just want to play it. It might be absolutely awful and really silly, but I just really want to play it.
Right. I think I found the... Yes, here we go. Let me see. I think I managed to find the print screen of the collector's edition, what you get inside. Let me quickly set. Beautiful, you heard that. And bring it on. Okay. But yeah, I mean, the Commodore 64, that console, TV console, game console, it can be my dad. Literally.
You're making me feel old now.
Yes. My uncle, my dear uncle.
I had well, I didn't have a Commodore 64, but I did have a Spectrum Plus 2.
I don't know what you're talking about, but fine.
Here we
go, guys.
It was basically a ZX Spectrum with a tape deck on the side that you used to load games, which was the biggest Commodore, biggest rival to the Commodore. But the graphics were essentially the same on the two machines.
Okay.
So that's why I'm very excited for the Commodore 64.
All right. So people on the screen can see all the stuff you're getting with the Farming Simulator 19's collector edition, like Virtual Farmer said. On the left side with the small disc, it's the Commodore 64 edition of Farming Sim. Probably is gonna look awful. We do get some posters on the bottom. We have some stickers. This is in the middle, the case of the game with the small John Deere tractor. Very cool model, amazing. You get a let's say winter autumn hat when you play a farming sim outside of your house on the laptop, sitting on the ground just to feel the breeze and all the birds, to be immersive in the game. You place this hat, it gives you +2 dexterity and 5 experience. And on the right side of this hat is the game. I think this has also some kind of tutorial in it, maybe. I think that this has a tutorial in it as well.
They're modding tutorials.
Oh, modding
I think
tutorials.
they're
Yes.
updated modding tutorials by the looks of things.
So yeah, this is what you get. Right now the deal from Amazon is closed, but when it was opened, it said that it's gonna release on. This was found on the German Amazon. And it was said to be released around 18th of December.
Yeah, it's basically I think the best guess for the release at the moment is probably about the 30th of October.
30th of October.
Yes.
Why do you
last time.
think that?
So normally Farm Sim releases on the last Tuesday of October.
Oh, you see, that's what
So-
I'm saying. Farming sim community building. I don't know this type
So-
of things.
So best guess. So I cannot stress enough. That is not official. That's no kind of official
You
information.
heard it
that I
here
have.
first, guys. Virtual Farmer is very close friend to Giant's editors, employees. They gave him a call and said, VF,
No.
Farming Sim is on
No.
13th of October.
No.
Go say that on Stan's podcast.
But yeah, so that's what I'm expecting. I'm expecting the end of October. So any dates you see, any dates and any prices at the moment are unofficial. They are
For us, they're official for you. They're unofficial for us, yeah. You're gonna announce them on tomorrow's stream.
I'd be nice. No, I don't have that kind of information. I have a feeling we may get that kind of information in about a week's time.
Oh yeah, on FarmCon. Come on. If
FarmCon, I would absolutely expect to get pre-order.
if they don't announce a releasing date on FarmCon, when they're gonna do that? When they give you a call and say VF 13th of October, don't forget.
Well, the thing is, we are less than 4 months away from that date.
Yeah.
From
Are they not
an
gonna
expected
release
date.
some kind of a beta version of the game?
What?
Of the farming sim? Do they release beta versions so they can get some feedback? It's like beta testing.
Oh, beta testing. I don't know, to be honest.
They haven't
I don't
released
know.
that before, or
Not as far as I know. I've never seen beta testing for Farm Sim.
But I think
Glenn,
you
I'll
will.
just point out a good thing. The price has been confirmed as being roughly the same as FS17,
Which was around 30 euros, right?
which is around €30, yeah, or £30 because our exchange rate sucks.
Tell me, when I was in America, I can buy GTA 5 for $60. When I'm in Bulgaria, I can buy GTA 5 for 60 euros. That's 1.5 times more. It's crazy.
I think I bought it for 25 quid.
Yo, when I did the Christmas giveaway,
Yeah.
the amazing people from the Straw add-on gave me a CD key, and I was like, okay, now I have to pay 30 euros. I don't
Yeah.
even bother contacting Giant's editor because I was very
Yeah.
small channel at that time. I was around 2,000 subscribers, and I was like, I have to pay freaking $30 for the game. And all of a sudden, Christmas holiday, get your farming sim for $10. And I was like, bye. And I was very happy about that.
Well, I like to give away stuff that's released for Farm Sim. So I will do a giveaway for FS19, and I've done one. I did one for Platinum Edition. Done one for every piece of DLC in FS17.
But did you combine them with the base game, or
No?
You're cheap. Okay, next question. Right. Glenger Boy says that BM modding tested FS17, so maybe they're doing some internal testing. Because the question I had was, do they make these betas, like for example, you request a code and they give you, like for House Flipper, they gave me a beta code, so I can play the game and test it and make videos.
I think what will happen with Farm Sim is when they decide who the media partners is, the media partners will get early copies of the game.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's
who the media partners are going to be at the moment, we have no idea.
It's not gonna be me, definitely.
Well, probably, most likely, those who are already a media partner.
Yes.
Will be a media, or are a media partner for 17 will probably be media partners for 19.
I hope in the summer I build my community more so I can save those £30.
Yeah.
So people...
I mean, I'm very much hopeful for it, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, one thing, guys, if you don't know, one of the best things to be a streamer, a YouTuber, all that is having a very awesome community, having lots of fun, and not paying for games. You don't know how much money we save from games, guys.
Not to say that I wouldn't pay for Farm Sim. Well, let's face it, even if I got very, very lucky and got to be a media partner and got a free copy of the game, I would still buy a copy of the game because, as I said, I would do a giveaway. So I would be, and as I also said, I want the collector's edition. So all it's going to do is save me buying a, buying that initial digital copy.
Yeah. So you can kill 2 rabbits with 1 bullet, and you can give me that game. I mean, you already will have the key for it. So, as I will say it before, guys, you heard it first. Gamer Dragon's gonna Gamer Dragon.
Gamer Dragon.
Yeah. No, you know what? I think that's better. Gamer Dragon is going to buy us, me and you,
copies of
Farming Sim 19. Do you agree? I think this is.
We get to find out now if his ears are.
No, I don't think he is, but I think we will let him know. I'll make sure that he watches this video, so it's 1 hour and 28 minutes into the stream, which we say that he's gonna buy us Farming Sim 19. Okay, cool. Right, we are almost at that time, guys. If you have any questions, now is the time. I will give you 5 minutes so you can write them down. In the meantime, you can watch us, our beautiful faces. Okay, the last question for today from me to you is what FS17 gave us, the players, the modding community, the streamers, YouTubers, what FS17 gave us that helped Giant Software to grow? And also you can say from experience for Farming Sim, for example, 15, because I can only speak about Farming Sim 17.
There are a few little things that just improved the game immensely. And seeing the video that you've got playing at the moment, straps on bale trailers. Oh wow, has that made the game different? Managing to be able to actually get your bales from the field to the shed without worrying about them flying off everywhere is a huge improvement.
They didn't have that in FS15.
They didn't have that in FS15. There were no bale straps in FS15. One of the things I'd like to see in 19 is actually those extended to anything you put on a flatbed. So to be able to strap down a vehicle when you have it on a flatbed, that would be cool.
Yes, my son. Building breakfast with tractors. Here we go. Yes.
Beyond that, the thing is, I've been playing 17 for nearly 2 years now. I can't remember what 15 was like. And there are things that were new in 17 that were absolutely revolutionary. And now that I can't imagine playing the game without
them.
And knowing going back to 15, that I'd suddenly go, oh, why don't I have that? Oh, because it's the wrong. It didn't exist. And I know there's a couple of features like that, and I can't think what they are.
But yeah, I'm thinking that Giants editor, Giant Software are really doing a very good job with their product. I think they really understand where their strong side is and where the weak side is. To be fair and to be honest, one thing I actually don't like about Giant Software, and I'm not afraid to say it, is they have to be a little bit more opened up to creators. For I'm getting very cold. Let's say I already had some contacts with some of them and they were very cold. And I don't think it's not like, oh, I'm not happy with the things they said to me, blah blah blah. No, I'm just saying that for the first contact, I asked them a very straight question. They said no, that's fine. But I mean, I spent writing that message maybe 10-15 minutes. It was a long one with respect and everything. They said no. I was like, I mean, come on, you can see that I spent some time writing this message. You can reply, okay, thanks for the feedback, but at this time, maybe not. That's one of the things I noticed for the other games. For example, Frostpunk, Choppy Keep, Portal Bridge Edition, even the guys from the Wreckfest. The guys from the Wreckfest actually, in the email, they sent me an apology letter because it's been like 2 months since I applied for the key, and they were like, yo man, just saw your request, very sorry for not seeing it. I know the game is out. If it's not late, here is the key if it works to you. If it's not, I'm sorry. I was like, oh really? And I think this is awesome. I think for me, if they are a little bit warm to the media community, a little bit opened up, because as you can see, the media community is very small, very small. And as I understand for one bit that this is helpful because the people who have this media coverage are already established as farming sim to go guy, Daggerwin, blah blah blah, all these, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
As I'm seeing it with other games, it's actually interesting to me to see, for example, a YouTuber or a Twitch streamer who is specialized with sandbox games like City Skylines, for example, and to see him playing World of Tanks. They sponsored him a video. It was actually very amusing to me because it was something outside of the box. I've unfortunately haven't seen anything in farming sim for that matter. So if they change this a little bit, I think they will be up.
It's interesting to hear you say that because my experience has been almost the polar opposite.
No, that's what I'm saying. Coming from my experience.
Yeah, it's because I've had, certainly as I was saying earlier, the difference between the communication that existed 2 years ago and the communication that exists now between Giants and the community is like it's chalk and cheese. You know, there is this engagement that exists, and exists between almost every video creator and Giants that I've seen. I think they are looking, from what I can tell, I think they are looking for certain types of channels. Not necessarily huge numbers of viewers or huge numbers of subs. But I think when they find a channel that they like what they're doing with the game, then they engage with that channel a bit more than maybe other channels that can even be larger.
I'm really hope that it is in the way you say it, because they really have a very, very amazing product. Okay. I don't see that with questions, which means we can wrap things up. So today's episode, guys, you heard it. John Deere is in the next installment of Farming Sim 19. Also, we will have horses which we can use to ride around in the farm. Virtual Farmer, help me out here, man. I'm doing so much stuff at the same time. So yeah, lots of stuff are coming in.
Yeah, wildlife and dogs and just massive upgrade to the graphics engine is the big one.
Okay, so I think we can wrap things up. I wanna say thank you very much to Virtual Farmer for taking an hour and 40 minutes of his life that they will never come back.
Well, thank you for having me on.
To be with me.
I've had good fun.
I hope you had fun, lots of fun, and of course I will be in Discord because I want to talk to you later on.
Yeah.
So yeah, guys, I'm about to wrap things up. Thank you again for taking your time to join with me and Virtual Farmer, speaking about Farming Sim 19, Farming Sim 17, what the game gave us, what maybe we gave to the game. In general, you guys are awesome. Thank you again. Virtual Farmer, you want to say something to the audience?
Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you've had as much fun watching as I have taken part.
Nice. Alright, guys, thank you again. This was it from us. StanTheMan, a Virtual Farmer. Over and out.
Thank you.